45. Mark Crystal, 21. Gary Rimmer, 30. Robert Molier, 54. Marty Glenn, 52. Dwayne Dawson, 33. Starting for the Thunderbirds will be Todd Stevenson, 31. George Passmore, 32. Victor Rimmer, 13. Stephen Dell, 24. Lester Dell, 15. The Deer Antlers are 26 and 10, and their coach is Daryl.
one. Good work. All right. That's a hit. Come on, boy! Let's go! Believe that call. Yeah! Over. Yeah! All right. I do love it. first quarter. That's three on there. What was it out? 31, right? 32, I think. Defense! 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 Ground for it, man. This is a really good short. Pressure! 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 Defense! 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 Pressure! 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 Pressure!
Still on Poindexter.
Perkins! Defense, defense! You ha ha! Come on, Perkins! Defense! 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 You-ha-ha! You-ha! You-ha! You-ha-ha! Pressure! 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 You ugly! minute and 47 seconds. Pressure!
Listen in.
Defense! 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 Pressure! 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 Pressure!
Our good Virginia friends, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, have decided that they cannot change this system. They champion the rights of man, yet can't find it in their hearts to open the gates to their slave quarters. So if we do this thing, we would undoubtedly be opening ourselves up for more personal attacks. My greatest fear is that freeing our slaves while still president could incite a North-South conflict which could tear this nation apart. So, any such plan must be kept a secret until after I leave office.
I see. What will happen to them, George? Where will they go?
You know, we'll provide for the children, of course, until they're old enough to support themselves, and the old and the infirm, we should give a lifetime pension. The only immediate change would be that those who wish to continue working for us would be paid a salary, like any free man.
I don't pretend to understand everything you've said. But if you believe this to be right, then it's right. And that's all I need to know.
Newspapers from Maine to the Carolinas are denouncing the Neutrality Proclamation and celebrating French courage.
Why, my friend, if you feel so strongly, did you vote in favor of the proclamation?
The president desperately wants the appearance of being united, and I cannot always be the naysayer.
But such a proclamation will expand executive power beyond constitutional limits.
And prepares the way for a king.
I voted for it to keep worse things from happening.
Well, at least the plague has subsided. Yo,
He does want peace.
I didn't mean to suggest that he
No,
did.
I really do not relish the role of the lonely champion fighting pro-British reactionaries.
I can understand that.
But for you, gentlemen, exhorting me not to abandon the field to Hamilton, I would long since have been back home in Monticello.
Forgive me if I pressed the issue too hard.
And I very much regret I must tolerate attacks on
It
Washington.
is regrettable, but necessary.
I know. But our brilliant writer Freneau does sometimes go too far.
Have you seen this, sir? The latest satire in Freneau's paper? Read it. It describes you being placed for your aristocratic crimes on the guillotine.
I would rather be in my grave than in my present situation. The personal abuse I have had to take to uphold the dignity of this office. Everyone here knows how much I wanted to retire. With vast reluctance, I stayed on. Why? So that liars like Freneau could charge me with lusting to be king. No, I would rather be on my farm. An emperor of the world. My regret at having accepted a second term will be even greater if you abandon me. If I lose you now, I could lose the South, and I must maintain a geographic balance in my family. Thomas, I can never really replace you. You know that. Won't you postpone your leaving? Stay till next autumn. Help get us through the difficulties of this year. I really... Now, wait a few days before making your final decision.
Sir, I
You at least owe me that.
No consideration on earth can change my mind. I cannot support policies I do not agree with just to keep peace in your family, sir. It's immoral. We'd best be on our way.
Mr. Jefferson.
We have had our differences, but I still hold the highest opinion of your integrity and talents. You will always have my prayers for your happiness. I just returned from Mount Vernon, and Mr. Randolph told me about Samuel. I wish I could have been here sooner. I'm so very sorry.
He compromised with my fears by bringing me here outside the city. But he would ride into his business. On one of his trips, he was stricken. Instead of comforting him myself, I sent a servant daily to see how he was. And then one day, he was no more. Now I can never forgive myself for my cowardice. People say that I shed crocodile tears at his burial. That I cared not a fig for Samuel. Everyone thinks ill of me. I wish I were dead, too. Because I should have been there with him. I should have been there with him.
I don't think ill of you.
What is this? I'm an officer of the government.
We know who you are, Mr. Tax Collector. You're out here from that damn government in Philadelphia. Well, you've picked the pocket of the last farmer in these parts. Alfred, you can't go against the law. He's an agent of that devil Hamilton, and he's going against our law, the law of survival. We work from dark to dark around here, mister. And when we harvest our wheat and rye, there ain't no way we can get it back across those mountains for cash, less than we turn it into rye whiskey first. And now you come out here demanding we pay you and Hamilton for the privilege? Well, sir, you're gonna make us pay in blood first. Take off that wig and pour on the tar.
Hold on.
A warning to any other rich distiller of what'll happen if he pays that tax like this bastard did.
Please, for God's sake!
Alfred, you've already burned a still. A still you can rebuild. This he ain't never gonna forget.
Commissioner. I have a right to defend myself and to enforce the law.
Come on, man.
Now get the hell out of here.
They killed my pa!
Hurry! Hurry!
Damn you, Neville, to hell! Neville ain't just stealing the bread off our tables with that damnable whiskey tax. Now he's spilling the blood of decent family men. It's time to give him a dose of our justice.
Listen to me. I'm as mad as you are. But we can't take the law into our own hands.
You with us now, Eben, or against us?
With you, damn it. But we don't shoot first.
Jeremiah, you still our captain?
Hell, we're in this together to the end. Even is right. No bloodshed lest they start it. All we want is Neville brought to justice.
Hold your ranks,
not here. I order you men to disband.
We intend to make a citizen's arrest.
This is an illegal armed force. You're here in violation of the law.
To hell with your law!
I tell you, Neville left an hour ago. He left here on horseback.
Liar, come on!
No! Men! He's a major in the army!
Maybe he's telling the truth. He's lying in his teeth. He's got Neville in there. Let's go get him!
No!
Make ready!
Hold your hands! You got the captain killed! This is madness!
He's a magnificent animal. Strong forelegs make a great jumper. I'd buy him. If the price wasn't so high.
Whoa there. Whoa!
Mr. President, there's been an uprising on the Pennsylvania frontier. The farmers are in rebellion against the whiskey tax. Men have been killed.
My God.
These rebels have united to make a formidable army. They've tried to draw Virginia into the revolt. Next down the mountain chain is Kentucky. Who knows where it'll end?
Made every effort to right their grievances.
We cannot let these rebels defy us, Mr. President, or the nation will fall apart.
What's the purpose of becoming a nation if the people don't support their own laws?
Too many of our people lack faith in the central government.
Yes, but how can we build faith if the laws are not enforced? Federal commissioners must be set empowered to grant amnesty if they stop now.
What if they refuse?
I'll raise an army against them.
I tell you, Mrs. Hamilton, if the president makes me second in command by sending our commissioners packing, the rebels will be forced to act. This could be it. The conflict that will prove the need for a powerful government.
I don't want you to go. You have so many enemies who would end your career, even your life. If anything should happen to you...
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. It's you I worry about, and the new little one. This rebellion must be crushed. The United States will be no more.
I'm so Susan.
You're more handsome now than when you were on parade at Yorktown.
I see the men we lost.
I know, dear. But aren't you pleased it still fits?
Well, could be let out a little in the frontier here, don't you think? Oh, no, it's not too bad for a man my age.
For a man any age. The children were so excited to see their grandfather go off to war.
It's not a war. It's a campaign. Years. I can't believe it. 20 years ago, we were the rebels.
When we reach this Carlisle rendezvous, I'm afraid I'll find only those who support my policies. Instead of an army that represents all of our people.
What if the frontiersmen won't back down? It could mean civil war.
Well, I'm leaving Mr. Randolph waiting. Be vigilant with young Wash, hmm?
I know I still indulge him, but this time I promise to keep him at his books.
And don't worry so much about Nellie.
just growing up.
Well, I'll be back before you know it.
Godspeed.
Welcome to your new army, Commander-in-Chief Washington.
Thank you, Governor Mifflin. Or should I say General Mifflin, commander of the Pennsylvania militia.
You will find us honed to a fine edge, sir. Ready for battle.
God willing, it won't be necessary.
Will you review the troops, sir?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it amazing, sir? Men of all walks of life, high and low, even the most rabid Jeffersonians, have rallied to support their president.
We are a nation again, Mr. Hamilton.
What in God's name is this? A war between New Jersey and Pennsylvania?
They fired first, sir. We had to defend ourselves.
What were your orders, Colonel?
We were to patrol the flank and make sure the rebels didn't surprise us, sir.
The rebels? The rebels are 100 miles away, damn it! General Washington, how are we to know they were not rebels? Look at these uniforms.
Well, we don't have society bells to dress us up like toy soldiers, General Mifflin.
Enough of this. We're here to awe the rebels, not fight with each other. Reform your men and carry out your orders, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Did you, sir, give this order to charge these shadows in the woods? Sir, they did not identify themselves. I cannot fire a governor from command of his own militia, damn it. Sir, fortunately for all of us, your young men on horseback are such poor marksmen, no one was hurt. If you had had your own flank riders, General, this never would have happened. Sir, No more excuses, General. Get your troops back on the march.
serious business, Colonel Hamilton.
Of course, sir.
What can I do for you, Mr.
Reddig, Mr. Finley.
Mr. President. Sir, we are the Western Pennsylvania Committee of Safety. We rode all night, sir, to get here before you broke camp.
Call in on the colors!
Go on. Tell me.
We want you to call off the march of your army to the frontier counties.
To prevent any further bloodshed.
Sir, people of consequence favor submission. But some wilder elements not only oppose the excise tax, but all law and government. They never thought you'd send an army against them.
They should have known better.
Sir, if an invading army raises resentment, the situation could explode all over again.
I understand your concern, gentlemen. You would have me order this superbly trained, ready-to-fight army to remain in camp while your committee of safety tries to decide what it's going to do. Come now, gentlemen. This army is here to march and fight, not vegetate.
Sir, if you would...
What, sir?
We want peace, too.
But, sir, I want peace also. We shall have it when citizens respect the law.
Mr. President.
Gentlemen, only absolute submission will stop this march. Ride back to your committee of safety and tell all resistors to lay down their arms now and show respect for an army whose only motive is to consolidate and preserve the blessings of that revolution which made us a free and independent nation.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President.
Governor Lee.
Yes, sir.
You'll take command of the combined forces. Colonel Hamilton, you'll stay behind to convey my orders.
But, sir...
And carry out my policy of conciliation. Mr. Dandridge, follow with the baggage.
But, sir, you're not leaving your command.
Yes, I am.
Lieutenant, form up the dragoons.
But how can the army do without its commanding general?
If there's no war, you don't need me.
Then where could she be, George?
Oh, I'm sure she just met a friend in the market, and they went down to look at the ships.
I have the most awful feeling something's happened.
Excuse me. Christopher, Mrs. Washington is worried about Oni. She's been missing for several hours. You know where she might be?
No, sir. But she's been acting rather strange lately.
Strange?
Whispering all the time. With Molly.
Would you bring Molly to us, please?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure she's all right.
She hasn't been herself. She used to come to me with all her little concerns and questions. For days now, she's kept to herself.
Has it affected her work?
She's too conscientious for that. But all I get is yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm afraid for her, George.
She didn't want to come right away, sir.
Molly, do you know where Oni is?
No, sir.
I think you do.
No, sir.
Molly, you must tell us the truth. No, she may be in trouble. Need help?
No. No. Please, Molly.
She ran away with Gerald, a Frenchman. I warned her at Mount Vernon because he tried with me first. He gonna do her wrong, I know.
Oh, George.
Molly, do you know where they went?
They're long gone now, sir.
Where?
New England. Freedom.
Freedom? He doesn't care about her freedom. He wants her. She'll be ruined and he'll abandon her.
Christopher, will you take Molly back inside, please?
Yes.
I didn't want her to go, ma'am. I swear I didn't.
I know. It's all right, Molly. Why? Why would she want to flee a situation where she's treated so well?
Where she's loved.
I never thought of it that way. I don't know what I feel. Except hurt that she didn't come to me.
I know how much it means to you.
She's so young, George. What will happen to her?
Well, I'll notify the customs collectors throughout New England. She may choose not to come home. She may want to be free.
Good morning, Mr. Hamilton.
Your voice, Miss Custis, is almost as lovely as you are.
Thank you, sir.
Forgive me for interrupting such a beautiful song sung by such a lovely young lady, but I had to see you.
I'm very sorry about Mrs. Hamilton's lost baby.
It was a loss. Yes. My whole life seems to have been a loss. I've sacrificed everything in my life to create a strong government. But now the Jeffersonians control the House, and all my victories have turned to ashes. I've given too much for too little to a country that has shown me no gratitude.
Mr.
Now,
Hamilton.
certainly, I don't refer to you, Mr. President, the one man I'll always place first in my regard. That's why it's so difficult to have to tell you, sir, that I've decided to leave government service forever.
Perhaps we should talk about this when Mrs. Hamilton is feeling better.
I can't go on. As Treasury Secretary, I've been accused of everything from financial chicanery to moral depravity. Yet I've so little lined my own nest that I'll have to borrow to set up a law practice in New York.
You are very important to me, Alex. Your grand design for America's future.
That, too, is ashes. Surely you realize what a failure I am as a public man.
No, I do not agree.
I am. I admit it. I hungered for fame, and what did I get? Scorn. I lack the politician's skill at compromise. Truth is truth and cannot be halved. I mean, why am I so disturbed by plots, slanders calmly viewed by everybody else? Am I a fool? A romantic? A Don Quixote? My own worst enemy.
Look out there. Look. You ride down any street and you will see Americans at work, doing things, earning their bread, building a life and a nation. And you, Mr. Hamilton, more than any of my ministers, are responsible for that. I want to believe. I can't. I must leave.
Sir, I'll always be at your service in any way but public. Our friendship is my most treasured possession.
No, this country needs John Jay for its emissary.
Very well, sir. If you feel that strongly, I will serve as your envoy extraordinary.
Good. Good. I am deeply grateful, Mr. Chief Justice. Even our embargo has not stopped the British from bullying our ships. Only your mission can prevent war.
Mr. President, the conflict with Great Britain threatens our very existence. My mission has been made far more difficult by those French sympathizers who would have us bait England.
Well, twist the lion's tail hard enough to make him wince, but not so hard as to make him pounce.
I find nothing those Jeffersonian scoundrels propose worthy of humor. If you, sir, would only sit on them for a few months, the prospects for peace would be greatly enhanced.
Mr. Jay, I want you to understand that you are the president's envoy and thus must represent all of the people, even the Jeffersonians. You will agree to nothing that will violate our existing treaties with France.
We're waiting for
Constable, which way to the president's house?
Turn north, 3 squares, then right.
Close your eyes, Mr. President. Close your eyes.
Can I open them now?
If you dare.
This vision is so magnificent. I'm not sure my old eyes can stand it.
Serious, Grandpapa. Do you like it?
That's the only word, you know, magnificent.
It's what she'll wear to be bridesmaid at Elizabeth's wedding in Virginia.
Well, every man there, young or old, is certainly going to fall in love with you.
I hereby declare myself immune to all masculine charm, except my dashing grandpapa's.
I'm afraid, my dear Nellie, that the passions of your sex are more easier raised than calmed. Don't boast too soon of your resistance to its power.
I wasn't boasting.
The female has a good deal of inflammable matter, however dormant. And when you put that torch to it, you may burst into flame.
Burst into flame? I think I'd like that if it ever happened.
George.
But I love it.
Nellie.
Grandpa, do go on. You make more sense than all the silly schoolmasters I've ever heard.
Love. Love. Love is said to be an involuntary passion and cannot be easily controlled. So, when the
Continue.
when the fire begins to kindle and your heart grows warm, you must ask these questions to it. Who is this invader? What are its qualities? For a sensible woman like yourself can never be happy with a fool.
And I've known many a young fool.
A rider from Norfolk just brought this dispatch from Mr. J.
Norfolk? Yes, thank you. Offer him a hot drink before we go. Thank you. My dear Nellie, I wish for you a good husband when you want one, and deserve one. Mr. J. Now we shall see whether he has sent us a gift from Providence or a Pandora's box. How could Jay agree to let British fur traders cross our boundaries? And this severe restriction on our West Indian trade, while securing nothing, absolutely nothing, to stop the impressment of American seamen. He knows how emotional that issue is.
Any accommodation with England will only enrage the Jeffersonians, and yet a failure to ratify will only infuriate the Federalists. What shall we do? As Secretary of State, I believe I have done all I can to try and placate both sides.
You have?
Yes, sir.
Well, then we must stay calm. The Congress convenes June 8th. June 8th, yes. We must keep this treaty a secret until we can deliver it to the Senate for their consideration.
That at least would give us time to prepare.
We'll trust in the Senate's advice and consent. They're quick to criticize the executive. Now let them be as wise as they are loud. Pickering and Walcott, reread Article 12 while I speak. Good evening, gentlemen. In the office, please. I have further thoughts on how to deal with all this. What's all this secrecy? Why have you excluded Mr. Randolph from this meeting?
Because, Mr. President, that man is a traitor.
What?
You'll know what we mean after you look at this.
Now, just tell me.
A French diplomatic pouch, retrieved after it had been thrown overboard when a British frigate overhauled a French ship mid-ocean. The British ambassador placed it in our hands. This is the original and a translation. So as not to alert Randolph, I suggest you look at the contents tonight. You will find irrefutable evidence that your Secretary of State has been paid by the French Minister Fauché to supply information on our secret policy deliberations.
My God. Randolph may be the mastermind of the violent protests against the treaty and head of the conspiracy to destroy your popularity.
Traitor may be too mild a word.
Mr. Randolph, you'll excuse me, but it's late and I'm tired from a long trip. We can resume tomorrow.
Rather brief meeting with Mr. Walcott and Pickering.
Yes, I asked them to leave also.
I reread Article 12.
Tomorrow, please. I can't think anymore.
Sir, you are not well.
I'll be all right. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friend.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
I thought robotics were only being used for welding and painting.
Oh, sure. That's how we're getting parts to fit better, a better finish.
Right, but is there anything new in robotics?
Well, let's see. There's machine vision that lets GM robots inspect parts and keep a lookout for any production snags.
You mean these things can see?
Oh, in the future, they'll be able to spot just about anything. In the future, they'll be able to spot just about anything.
no spy service gentleman to investigate Mr. Randolph. So, a confrontation is the only course. I will present to him the incriminating original documents, since he's fluent in French. How he reacts should reveal whether he is indeed guilty or innocent.
Sir, Secretary of State is here.
Yes. Let him in, please.
Please, come in, sir.
Morning, Mr. President. Mr. Pickering. Mr. Walcott.
Sir. Mr. Randolph, I'd like you to read these documents. As it will take you some time, you sit over there. When you're finished, you may make such explanations as you choose.
I assume I have been reading a captured dispatch?
Yes, you have.
Needless to say, this is a total surprise. And I am not prepared, as others in this room appear to be, for this interview. However, according to the numbered documents, 2 essential ones are missing. And on the spur of the moment, I cannot recall the exact circumstance of every meeting with Mr. Boucher.
I can understand.
But 2 things I am perfectly clear about, Mr. President. I have never made an improper communication with the French minister, and I have neither received any money from the man, nor made any overture for that purpose. If I may be permitted to keep the packet a short time, I can promise a completely satisfactory explanation to everything in it which has reference to me.
The plot that Fauché mentions, can you tell us, sir, what he referred to?
Gentlemen, there are many matters that a Secretary of State discusses with ministers of other countries, not all of which stay in one's memory. I will certainly consult my notes, but I do remember telling you, Mr. President, of one ominous meeting in New York between Hammond and extreme Federalists. Perhaps you would supplement my recollection.
I don't remember any such discussion. Would you wait outside while we confer?
Yes, sir. If that is what you wish.
Gentlemen, what is your verdict?
Well, he seemed embarrassed at one point, and I thought his smile was forced. The explanation of the bribery passage slightly foolish. But I must admit, sir, that under such emotional duress, Mr. Randolph handled himself with composure.
Mr. Pickering?
I agree. The man has shown no guilty emotion.
I believe he came through it well. And I'm sure that once he's had time to recollect, he will clear himself completely of all of the charges.
You, sir, have treated me as a criminal even before giving me a chance to defend myself.
Sir.
To consult with others who are not my friends, to take their words to mine, who have served you so faithfully for so long. Dispatches are missing. How can I be expected to recall details from so long ago? Are you accusing me of encouraging an insurrection? By God, I will not serve in office 1 second after such treatment. You have betrayed me, Mr. President.
Quite a revealing display.
The verdict now seems obvious. Guilty as charged. The man is another Benedict Arnold.
Leave. But, sir, we owe...
Now.
Better his hand up and cut off than he signed that vile treaty.
Glad you're here. Although I wouldn't have wanted you to see me the way I've been the past few days.
I can't help wishing I had been here.
Mr. Randolph has published a vindication, a 100-page letter justifying all of his actions as Secretary of State.
Oh, my dear.
I feel naked among my enemy. At least with Arnold's treason, I was surrounded by friends, Lafayette, Hamilton, Knox. But now I'm with strangers. Narrow men with crabbed minds that let in no air or light. Edmund was my only friend left. Now he's denounced me.
You did what you thought was right.
Yes, but was it right? Or have the years, constant tension so dimmed my judgment that I condemned an innocent man? I've hurt him. And now he's accused me of being a half-deaf old man without memory or sense, who's allowed himself to be duped by schemers into sacrificing his closest friend. At least Mr. Randolph's right about half-deaf old man. That's a stranger who looks back at me every morning in the mirror.
George, please.
You know, I'm accused of having lusted for the presidency, that I've always been a Briton at heart.
Such poppycock.
And now this is another royal slap in the face. The British again are taking our seamen off of American ships. They seem determined to force us to fight them. Is that what they want? War? Do I have to buckle on my sword and go slay these dragons?
George.
But the most immediate question. What am I going to tell the Congress? What is the state of this union?
Odyssey 2, Scene 1, Take 3.
What does this Charlie have to do with fifth-generation computers?
Well, you could say that Charlie's the brains behind it.
What is he, a programmer?
Engine expert. The best there was at GM.
Was?
Well, he retired 5 years ago. But before he left, he taught a computer everything he knew.
Okay, Charlie.
If a vehicle is...
Of excellence presentation.
Thank heaven I'm not in his shoes.
What can he say? He and his administration are under such violent attack.
Of course, he'll try to justify the Jay Treaty.
He must attack the mass meetings that have buried him angry resolutions.
We might as well buckle on our armor, Senator. He's going to flay us alive. Try and paint the nation in the darkest possible colors. Frighten the people into rallying behind him.
Fellow citizens of the Senate and House of Representatives, at no time in the short history of this nation have our public affairs afforded such cause for mutual congratulations and rejoicing. I ask you all to join me in thanking the author of all good for our numerous and extraordinary blessings. I will count only a few. General Wayne's peace with the Indians in the Northwest, and accommodations with the Creeks and Cherokees in the Southwest. The prospect, through Ambassador Pinckney in Madrid, of a Spanish treaty which could open up the Mississippi. As for the Jay Treaty, it has been presented to His Britannic Majesty with objections, which I trust will be quickly resolved. Prudence and moderation on every side can now end all international discord which has heretofore menaced our tranquility. As for domestic affairs, we have equal cause for satisfaction. While Europe is embroiled in wars, her population starving, our favored country enjoys peace. Faithful to ourselves, we have violated no obligation to others. Since the region which supported the Whiskey Rebellion now enjoys the blessings of quiet and order, I have pardoned all of the rebels convicted. As for frontier policy, I maintain as before that the trail of peace demands compassion toward the Indians. I urge that they be protected by law. Only such a course will reflect luster on our national character. Temperate discussion and mutual forbearance, where there is a difference of opinion, are so obvious and necessary for the peace, happiness, and welfare of our country that they need no recommendation of mine. If we but remember the 7 long years of blood and sacrifice that gave us our liberty, then we will surely find the will to rededicate ourselves, not only to peace, but to our noblest aspirations and ideals. It is not too much to say that our country now exhibits a spectacle of national happiness never surpassed, if ever before equaled. And to cooperate with all of you in continuing this great work is the fervent wish of my heart.
How can a rational mind find anything in that shout of hallelujah to quarrel with? The old man has amazed me again.
From hence let those be warned who mean to wed, lest mutual falsehood stain the bridal bed. For each deceiver to his cost may find, that marriage frauds too oft are paid in kind.
Thank you, Mr. President, for inviting us. These days it takes courage to be seen with the British ambassador.
Well, we're not all angry Jacobins.
I'll never forget the cheer you brought to your country with that amazing speech.
Well, it cannot compare to the cheer that you just brought to this old man's heart.
You are not old at all, sir. I hear your staff still has trouble keeping up with you.
Excuse me, Mr. President.
Oh, Mr. Walcott, good evening.
I met Mr. Hamilton on my trip to New York, and he made me promise to give you a message. As your second term will soon be over, he urges you not to commit yourself to retirement.
To quote my wife's exact words, poppycock. We have a perfectly good replacement in Mr. Adams.
You're generous, sir, to think so.
You should be ready to contend with Mr. Jefferson in this election. He's being pushed mightily forward, not only by his own faction, but the French.
Well, certainly that's the talk.
I feel that we do need a New Englander like yourself. Virginians have no corner on able men.
Well, don't tell that to Jefferson, Madison, and Monroe.
I have. They didn't speak to me for days.
It's beautiful. Look, George, isn't it beautiful?
It's one of the last pieces Josiah Wedgwood did before he died. It's called Jasperware.
Eliza, isn't it perfect? Very nice. Mrs. Liston, how dear of you to bring it to us all the way from England.
I'm so pleased that you like it.
It's exquisite.
Yes, it's beautiful, but there's something missing.
Missing?
The flowers.
Of course.
Well, George, why don't you show Mrs. Liston your garden while Eliza and I see to refreshments?
Perhaps you could pick something for the vase.
Yes. Madam?
Martha, can't you see that woman would kill to be alone with the president? If I let feathers fly over every woman who's flirted with George through the years, I wouldn't have any feathers left.
I do enjoy cut flowers. Today, I don't know, they seem too beautiful to touch.
Too beautiful? Yes, I know what you mean. They have their season and then they're gone. But not really. Their seeds promise us flowers forever.
What a lovely thought. Is something wrong?
No. It's just when you said that, it reminded me of someone I knew a long time ago in Virginia. I can't tell you how much I like Mr. Liston. As the new British ambassador, he is as gracious as his predecessor was cantankerous.
But how can any man not be sunny in spirit with such a beautiful young lady at his side?
Oh, dear. That's the second time you've made me blush. I hardly deserve such a compliment.
Well, forgive me, I did not intend to embarrass you.
No, I enjoy compliments. But I'm afraid I've been too bold, especially at such early acquaintance. To have come here today using that gift as a pretext, hoping that you'd be here. Yes, it's true. I'm fascinated by your greatness.
Now you made me blush.
Oh, I know you're merely a man, flawed like all others. That's exactly why I'm so intrigued by that special quality that sets a man or a woman apart.
I am, madam, in all respects, ordinary.
Ordinary is the last word in the world I'd ever use for you. And madam sounds so distant. You must call me Henrietta.
No, I don't think it's...
Do you know you were the great bogeyman of my youth? The terrible ogre who led the foolish, misbegotten colonies in treasonous rebellion against God and King.
I had no idea.
Yes, nannies used to frighten their little charges into eating porridge that wicked George Washington would get them.
I'm sure it's the same with good Jeffersonian mothers who frighten their children in the same way.
How can everyone not want to praise your name to the heavens for your determination to bring peace among all nations? I know you are hurt by the shouts of irrational men, but at such times, forgive me. I want to take you in my arms and just hold you. I don't know why I did that. Forgive me.
No. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not of me, but of your extraordinary farewell address you've written. I hope this version that I've prepared for your consideration captures your true spirit.
Thank you, Alex, for all of your hard work on this. Friends and fellow citizens, where's my opening?
The opening about all the abuses in the newspapers, yet you'll pass over them in utter silence.
I mean, I sounded like some frantic, beleaguered old warrior who must, as he retires, face his enemy with his sword slashing, indulging in wounded pride. God, I have you, Alex, to rid this of those unconscious egotisms. Hope to observe a virtuous nation continuing the blessings that would encourage nations throughout the world to seek a similar liberty.
You've said it many times.
Have I?
Yes.
Then it's excellent.
Yes, I know.
No, this I'd cut this out here. This smacks too much of affected modesty. And make this here more to the point. Since the Constitution is a rock on which union rests, no branch of government should encroach on any other. Only experience, the surest standard.
Oh, no, sir. I think it's much stronger if, That's it. Experience. You're absolutely right, sir.
You kept my warning against partisan politics. Political contention is a fire not easily put out. We must guard against it, for instead of warming, it could destroy us.
Hear, hear.
Why should the United States entangle our peace and prosperity in the toils of European ambition, rivalship, interest, humor, or caprice?
A new declaration of independence from Europe.
Yes. Now you're being too gentle with me. You shouldn't have kept this about my not being moved by ambition or lust for power.
But it's true.
No. And that I'd not gained but lost money in government service?
Sir, you have
No,
lost
take
money.
it out. Take it out. It's vanity. Good. You kept the final words. I anticipate with pleasing expectation a retirement which I can enjoy in the midst of my fellow citizens, the benign influence of good laws under a free government, the happy reward of our mutual cares, labors, and dangers.
from Mount Vernon to be with us here in Philadelphia for the 2 terms of my presidency, and you have served us very well. And now it's time to go home. Mrs. Washington and I, in gratitude for all that you've done, have decided to leave you here in the city, thereby granting you your freedom under Pennsylvania law.
Master Washington, I thank you.
There's a wonderful man here named Richard Allen, and a group of your own people called the Free African Society who will find employment for you as freed men and women. Christopher will give you an envelope tomorrow with money in it to help you in your new way of life.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, well, we can talk tomorrow.
Ma'am, I know. I know. I shall miss you too, Molly.
Oh, ma'am. I thank the Lord.
You'll find a new life here. And your children won't grow up as slaves now. Molly. Should you ever find only Judge, would you tell her, please, that she can remain free? That Mistress Washington would like very much to see her again someday.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been thinking. I want to go back with you to Mount Vernon. I want to be with you to the end of your days.
Difficult to believe. Your last night as president. You look sad. Lonely.
If I am, it's because I don't understand. I tried my best to serve well. I wanted to leave behind a people working together peacefully. And all we do is fight. We fight. I'm not sure we'll even survive. I failed, Martha. I failed.
Forget the newspaper slanders. Forget the angry voices. Remember only that for all of your life, in peace and war, you've done what your conscience told you must be done for the greater good of your country. It matters not what some of the people might think. It matters only that you know what you've accomplished. You brought this nation into being. You preserved its freedom. You kept it out of war. God knows, Mr. Washington, you've not failed. You've done magnificently.
President-elect John Adams.
How long is the president away?
I'm not sure, sir, but I hear he walked here alone.
Well, Mr. President, this is the day.
You're still officially president, sir.
Not for long. I'm nearly out. You're nearly in. See which of us will be the happiest.
The Chief Justice is ready, Mr. President.
Yeah, it seems like only yesterday. Something I'll never forget, I'll tell you. I'll never forget it.
Remember Trenton?
Oh,
Marching through the cold and dark?
and the sleet wet our powder so our muskets wouldn't fire. And we were wondering what the devil we were going to do. And the general says, use your steel!
And give it all possible success and duration consistent with the ends of his providence.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I believe this is the most satisfying moment of my career. The torch has been passed without violence, not to a king.
Yes, Mr. President, I agree with you. After you, Mr. President.
Oh, no. I'm a private citizen now. Mr. Vice President.